Hey YouTube, what's going on? The moment a lot of you have been waiting for is here. Lightning is hitting the banner, hitting our summons, coming tomorrow actually, this Friday. And let's see, how do I move here? She's right there, but the way it fits on the screen, you can't really see her. But I'm going to do a review on all of these units, on why Lightning is so amazing, and if you should pull on this banner, although I know a lot of you are going to, because who can deny Lightning being as awesome as she is? I know a lot of you guys are looking for it. So let's get into my review here. A lot of this stuff is going to be new to me. I'm actually going to start doing these reviews as fresh with the information I do learn. However, I am going to look at the abilities, for example, fresh from the wiki, and we can kind of learn together, and I can give you my first impressions of each unit. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first unit you're going to notice on this banner is Charlotte. She kind of looks like Saber, if any of you guys have ever seen Fate Stay, any of that series. That's what she reminds me of. She is a Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, I guess, new character. The origin there says that. I didn't know that. She comes in at a 3-star. She can get her from a blue summoning crystal. She goes up to a 5-star. In the future, she does not have a 6-star yet. Her job is Knight, so she is going to be a tank. If you look at her Trust Mastery here, it's equipped heavy shield, meaning that you could put that on a that material on a character, and they would be able to equip heavy shields if they couldn't already. Now, this is not that useful, in my opinion. It's okay. It's about medium range. Maybe sometime in the future you may want that equipped heavy shield on one of your people. But as far as like thinking of my team in the future, I'm probably not going to be able to fit in the equipped heavy shield in, because I'm just not going to be able to use it. Another thing about Charlotte is she is the best tank that's going to be in global as soon as she releases. She's going to take Amaranth's spot at the top. However, she pretty much just excels at tanking. She doesn't really do much else. Let's go down and look at her abilities. As you can see here, she has Defend. It reduces physical damage taken by 50% for one turn to the caster, so it buffs herself up. She reduces the damage taken, so that's pretty good for a tank, excuse me. She has Power Break, which is a break, which is always good to have on somebody. Auto Regen. She automatically puts regen on herself. Great for a tank. Cover. She has a chance to protect a party member that at 5%. So randomly at 5%, when a party member is going to take damage, she's going to jump in front with her shield there, block it off, and protect them. She gets attack 10%, defense 10%. She does get some killer abilities, which also makes her a little bit more of a damage unit here. She has Undead Killer and Demon Killer. Pretty sweet. Her HP goes up, and her big 5-star last skill here, I haven't read this before. It says Royal Guard. Chance to protect party members 50% with increased defense and spirit 50%. Now that's pretty damn good, right? We have 50% that our tank, Charlotte, is going to jump in front of one of our weaker, one of our less tanky members of our party. It's a 50% chance, so 50-50 when they get hit, and it's when she does that, she's going to increase herself with magic resist and physical defense by 50%. So it's a pretty awesome ability, Royal Guard is. If we move down, she does have a magic ability, Shelga, and increases all allies magic resist by 40% for 3 turns. Pretty damn good also. She seems just, like I said, all around a great tank, kind of like a little bit of a buffer. She does have some killer abilities, so she can do a little bit of damage, but overall, if you're looking for a tank, this is the one you want. Cecil 6-star will be coming soon with the release of Lightning going into 6-star, so there's that. The Limit Burst will go to her Fortify, which is her 5-star. She's going to heal a bunch. She's going to heal a bunch. She's going to increase the defense of all. She's going to heal allies and increase their defense for 3 turns. That sounds pretty okay. That sounds like a limit break you might actually want to pop in the middle of battle, so that seems alright. So overall, she seems like a real decent character. Sadly, she doesn't get a 6-star, and with the 6-star meta actually fastly approaching, Lightning getting her 6-star even from this banner, she's going to have her 6-star next week. You know, she's not going to be the best. As soon as Cecil gets a 6-star, she's going to be replaced, but I wouldn't be too upset if I pulled Charlotte, so I don't think you guys should be either. Alright, Ludmille, I hope I'm saying that right, is the next unit I'm going to talk about that comes on this banner. Ludmille is a 3-star base. Get her in a blue crystal that comes down, goes up to a 5-star, does not yet have a 6-star in the Japanese version. Job is Red Mage, meaning that they can do healing, magic damage, and some physical damage. The big thing about Ludmille is the dual cast Trust Mastery that comes with her. You can use magic twice in one turn, so you slap this material on your Kefka, or you slap it on your Xdeath, although Xdeath does get dual cast at 6-star. They're going to be able to cast things like Thundaga twice. They're going to be able to cast things like Viagra twice. Also, you can slap it on your healers, and they can do double healing, for example. You could use Karaja twice, things like that on Lena, for example. But again, you can't do hyperdrive twice on Kefka, so keep that in mind. And you might want to look into the future on a lot of your mages, as they may just get dual cast eventually. But I would say overall, this is a great TM. Once I get Ludmille, if I'm saying that right again, I will be farming dual cast ASAP and slapping it on my Kefka, slapping it on my Xdeath, because it's a pretty damn good TM. Now, if we go back and we actually talk about Ludmille as a actual unit on your team, not the best. Here, I would say on this banner, it goes Lightning, obviously, then Charlotte, in my opinion, and then Ludmille on people I would actually add to my team. Reason being is that kind of mediocre all around as being a red mage, in my opinion. They just don't, at least Ludmille doesn't, I'm not going to speak for all red mages, doesn't shine on any of them so well. So she's at the top of the healing, top of the damage, things like that. If we go down and look at her abilities, she has mental break, going to do some physical damage and lower their magic resist, gets MP 10%, she gets an armor break, so she does get 2 breaks. However, like, I don't know, convert recover MP to caster and reduce HP to 1. So essentially, when you cast this, all of your HP, you're gonna go down to 1 HP, and you're gonna get a bunch of mana. So I guess it's just that's just the way it goes. That's a pretty cool ability. I don't know how useful it's gonna be if you get hit and then you die after you do that. But overall, it sounds like that's a pretty unique ability. If we go down, look at this is where it is. They got a lot of magic here on Ludmille. We have Cure, Stona, Vox, which cures silence on an ally. Blinda cures blind on one ally. Again, though, does she get Asuna? She does get Asuna, which is pretty good. So like those other abilities kind of are irrelevant, really. I guess maybe the MP, you save 5 NP if you don't use Asuna, but Asuna's going to heal a lot of that off anyway. Regen, casting Regen on somebody's pretty good. Fyra, Cura, Stonera, Cleanse, Thundara, and Stonega. And again, if you look at these abilities, none of them are really like their final form, if you could say. You know, they're not like the 3rd tier. They're kind of the 2nd tier. Doesn't excel, again, like I said, out of everything or anything in particular. So overall, Ludmille is a mediocre character to get. So in my opinion, Ludmille, for me, and it may be different for you guys, but for me, it's more of like getting a Miyuki, getting a Zidane. Now, the TM may not be up to par with Zidane, but what I'm speaking of is that I am getting this unit for the TM, not for the unit specifically. And, you know, just by adding it to your box. But this unit is definitely a TM unit in my opinion. And then we can look at the sprites here. It goes up to 5-star. So guys, if you get Ludmille, it's not the best for your team. However, it is sick because of that dual cast TM that you can farm up later. So don't be too upset about it. I'm going to try to get a couple of these dual casts and slap it on my mages and see how strong I can make my Kefka. And here we go, all the hype you guys have been waiting for. Lightning is finally here, the first 6-star to the global version and the Japanese version, smacking us right in the face tomorrow, smacking our wallets, and hopefully not making us too salty, and we're going to be able to pull this girl. The one thing I want to say right now is that Lightning is a 5-star base, meaning you're going to have to get a rainbow crystal to drop down to even have a chance at her. From what I read on the Reddit, she has a 50% chance to be popped out of the rainbow crystal if you see one, if the drop rates are similar to the Japanese drop rates when she was released. At least that's what I read. So again, you can't trust everything you read on the internet, but I would like to share that. That's what I'm going to go with in my head. If you do pull an 11 pull, you know how you're guaranteed a 4-star, that will up your chances for Lightning a bit, due to the fact that that 4-star has a better chance to getting to a 5-star, right? So you don't just have a blue crystal coming down, having to turn into a yellow, and then turn into a rainbow. You already have a yellow coming down that could possibly turn into a rainbow when you summon on the 11 pool. So if you can save up the Lapis, I would do the 11 pool just for the better chance of getting her. However, the chances of getting her are super, super slim. I think they said it was like 0.5% because you do have to get that rainbow. But enough about pulling her on the odds. Let's talk about the nitty gritty. Let's talk about how good she is. Again, she goes to 6-star. Her Trust Mastery is Aurora Scarf, and a lot of people are going to be disappointed with this once they figure out how it actually works. It's an accessory, so it's going to take the spot of like a hero ring or things like muscle belt, things like that if you want to put it on your tank or anything. But what it does is it normal attacks hit twice. So it's kind of like a poor man's dual wield, in my opinion. You know, you're going to hit twice with your basic auto attacks, but it's not gonna do anything for barrage. It's not gonna like double. It doesn't stack with dual wield. It's not gonna do anything like that. Normal attacks, okay? So this is gonna make you just hit twice. You know how Chizuru hits twice? Chizuru now is gonna hit 4 times, I do believe. So that's pretty cool, but with dual wield, you know, it's way better. So Aurora Scarf, you know, I'd say medium to a little bit above. I wouldn't say it's, I'm not trying to dump on it. However, it's just not as good as what people may think it is. So I just wanted to get that out there, and make sure you do your research if you're trying to do some sick combos, because this is a little bit, I think, janky in the way that it works. But let's get back to Lightning and talk about what her stats are. So you'll see at 5-star, she has 112 attack. I do believe Chizuru has a base stat of 121, I think. I can't be exactly sure on that. I haven't looked at her in a while. So she doesn't have the most attack at 5-star. However, when she goes to 6-star, she's going up to a massive 145 attack, which will obviously be the most base attack in the game that you can have. If we look over here, another great thing about her is she attacks 5 times. Okay, attack hits 5. You know how Chizuru will come in and swing twice? Well, Lightning's gonna come in there and swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, okay? It's insane. That's the first thing that stuck out to me. I was like, holy shit, she's hitting 5 times in a row. Amazing. So let's go down to her abilities here. Also, no, wait, before we skip over the equipment for Lightning is insane. Look how much she can pretty much equip almost anything you want to put on her. Bows, large swords, small swords, or normal swords, you know, katana, lance, gun, anything you want, the heavy armor, a shield. Dude, Lightning is a berserk, like insane. If we look down here at her abilities, we're gonna go over her 5-star abilities, and then I'm gonna talk about her 6-star abilities, okay? Because we won't be able to unlock her 6-star, we won't have the awakening materials until the next week. So tomorrow we're gonna have Lightning be released, and then next week we'll have the maze drop, and in the maze we'll be able to get the 6-star materials. That's where we're going to farm our 6-star materials, turn Lightning to a 6-star. So just in case you guys were wondering about that, that's how we're going to be able to get the 6-star materials. They won't be dropping, at least from my knowledge, they won't be dropping in any kind of vortex, awakening vortex or anything like that. You're going to have to go to special events and farm out the 6-stars. So you definitely want to bang that event out. But let's go over the abilities here. Spark Strike, lightning physical damage to one enemy. So she's applying an element to her physical damage, which is insane. And look, she has all 3 of the main, you know, the big bad ones, and she also has wind, so she's just missing stone here. Spark Strike, Flame Strike, Frost Strike, you know, just different ones if you need to hit a baddie. Attack 30% is pretty nice. Blitz, physical damage 1 × 8 to all enemies, so she's smacking them all on the face. Auto refresh, okay, this is kind of crazy too, guys. She's just an insane character. Recovers MP 5% per turn during battle, so every time it's your turn, she's recovering MP by 5%, dude. She's not running out of MP, she's getting that 5% back up. Crushing Blow, which you already know about that ability, pretty sick. And that's it for the 5-stars. You may think, okay, she's pretty decent at 5-star. Yeah, she's pretty fucking great at 5-star, especially with that 5 strikes she does on her normal auto attack. But let's go to the 6-star. As you can see, it's a long list. Let's start out with her first one, okay? Light Speed. She has a chance to negate physical damage taken by 30. She has a 30% chance to just negate physical damage because she's so fast, she just moves out of it. That's the whole thing about Lightning, right? She's called Lightning because she moves fast. She can just 30% of the time she's taking physical damage. Nah, throw that out there. So that's awesome. Counter Strike. Well, look at that. Counter physical attacks by 30%. So you have 30% just to negate the damage, and then you have 30% just to smack them right back in the face when they smack you. Holy shit, right? We got on a Gale Strike. It's going to do it to one enemy. That's the Wind Strike, as you saw in the 5-star abilities. That's the wind part of it. Electric Blitz. Now we're getting into lightning physical damage to all enemies. Ice Blitz, all enemies. Heat Blitz, all enemies. Again, guys, insane, right? HP goes up a little bit. Aerial Blitz, so she does eventually even learn a wind physical damage to all abilities. And finally, the icing on the cake here, she just learns dual wield at level 100, guys. So you get her to 6-star, you get her to 100, she just gets dual wield. You don't have to put a Zidane on her at all. It opens a materia slot you can throw on her. I'm thinking about throwing some Fencer material on her, possibly a barrage, see how that works out. You know, we don't know the exact math on it, but it looks like she's going to be hitting like 1,000,000 times with barrage, right? Because it has 5 basic auto attacks. She's barraging, time, you know, all that math, dude. She's hitting hard. We go down to her magic. She does have 2 magics. She can Cura, which is pretty okay. It's not Curaja, but it's Cura, pretty nice. And Thundaga, so she can do a bit of lightning damage because she's lightning. Her limit burst is physical damage. She's going to do physical damage and reduce the defense of the target to the target for 54% for 3 turns. So it's kind of like a armor break and a physical damage thing. So it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. Army of 1. It's pretty good. If you look down at her awakening materials, I'm not sure if this is correct. This is a placeholder, as you can see, so it's not going to be this much lit rock. We're obviously going to have to see what materials we need to upgrade her from the maze, so that's where that comes from. And again, guys, she goes from a 5-star up to a 6-star, looking all nice. Lightning, beautiful, beautiful character, obviously extremely powerful. If you pull her, I already know you're going to be calling me up being then, click, I pulled her, get salty, and I'm just going to be happy for you. I hope you guys all do pull her, and it'll be amazing when you do. Alright, everyone, to wrap things up, should you pull on this banner? Yes. Should you pull on this banner more than other banners? Up to you. Remember, Charlotte, best tank in global right now, will be taken over by Cecil, and it's up to you if you want to just a tank. I'm always going to run Warrior of Light, okay? Because Warrior of Light has full break. Obviously, full break is amazing. So Charlotte will not be taking full break Warrior of Light's place, but when Cecil does get 6-star, let's say you don't have Warrior of Light, and Charlotte's only a 3-star, you throw Charlotte on your team to be your tank, and then Cecil getting a 6-star will replace your Charlotte, okay? Ludmille. Ludmille's going to give you that dual cast. Awesome, amazing pulls, right? So we already have 2 really good pulls. If you don't have a tank, boom, best tank in global, and if you don't have dual cast, you want that TM, boom, dual cast, and there's a slight possibility you get the best fucking character in the game, boom, I would pull in this banner. Now, should you pull more than you already have? People are saying, like, I've saved up all my money, I'm spending it all on Lightning. Hell, this game is all for the fun, guys. That is up to you. I cannot decide that for you. Am I pulling a lot on it? Yes, but do you know why I'm pulling a lot on it? Because it's fun. It's fun to get cool characters, and it's fun to dream that you might get this character. Obviously, if you get Lightning, it's going to be awesome. I would try not to be salty if you don't get Lightning, okay? You need to go and brace yourself for not getting her. Do not expect to get her. I'm not. Hell, I'm definitely not. Her chances are so slim, but I'm going to be able to pick up some Ludmille. I'm going to be able to pick up some Dualcast, and then I'm going to be able to pick up Charlotte, which is a pretty cool looking character, on top of being the best tank in Global, okay? And a chance for us all to have fun and try to get the biggest baddie in the game right now, Lightning. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's the best advice I can give you. If it helped you out and you like this, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you pull Lightning, how many times you pulled, or just tell me your salty stories, and I'll feel bad for you guys. I really hope you do pull it. It doesn't hurt me at all if you guys get it, man. I really hope you do. And subscribe for future content. I'll talk to you guys later. Good fucking luck. Later. Fine Blade, Superior Blade, and the new Shining Splendor Blade. Attack plus 72, which is really strong for a non-TM weapon. You know, just you can get in the game. Defense plus 8 is whatever, but it's still adding to your stats, which is always nice to have something extra like that. And Inflicts Blind seems pretty sweet. This may become important down the road for bosses that may auto attack a lot. Blinding them may be amazing and help you beat, you know, a couple of those special